from the insurance.
Live Channels television event.
Transformation of the Nigerian insurance sector. This is in furtherance of the ongoing implementation of the transformation agenda of President Jonathan's administration. This summit is momentous as it marks a high point of expression by governments of its recognition of the value of insurance to the people of our dear country. By initiating this summit, the Coordinating Minister for the Economy has taken a cogent support for the industry to another high level. The role of insurance in the nation's economy. The insurance sector is a critical part of any nation's economy and has the potential of galvanizing the optimal performance of all other sectors. The insurance mechanisms reduce the capital needed by firms to operate, increase investments, foster entrepreneurship by reducing uncertainty, and expand available risk management options. It also offers social protection alongside the state and reduce pressure on public sector finance. I'll briefly talk about our past reform efforts. The first notable initiative for the reform of insurance industry was the Financial System Strategy, FSS 2020, developed in 2007 to position the financial services sector to drive the vision of making Nigeria one of the most 20 developed economies of the world by year 2020 and the financial center of choice in Africa. Following the aspect of the strategy that related to the insurance sector, NICOM developed and launched its Market Development and Restructuring Initiative, which we call MDRI, with the following objectives in mind. Capital building for NICOM staff and stakeholders, capacity building for NICOM staff and stakeholders in the industry, development of the insurance agency system, building confidence and integrity in the insurance industry, awareness creation and securing the support of government and relevant agencies, public compliance with various compulsory insurances requirements of the law. A significant element of the MDRI was a target of 1 trillion gross premium income by year 2012. Both implementation challenges and the impact of the 2008 financial sector impeded attainment of the initiative. Notable among the negative impacts were the huge losses suffered by the insurance companies as a result of the near collapse of the Nigerian capital market and decline in the growth of personal lines as a result of 2009 changes in the financial services industry. Thus, as at the year ending 2013, the gross premium income of the industry only grew to 300 billion from 100 billion in 2007. Although the 2013 achieved gross premium income puts Nigeria as third from fifth position in Africa, we know and I'm persuaded that we should be doing much better. The key challenge to growing the industry, to my mind, has been how to get sufficient number of potential customers to buy insurance. This decision influenced by factors such as the image of the industry, financial literacy, economic constraints, and attitude of the consumers, among others. There's also a mutually reinforcing relationship between growth in insurance industry and the level of national economic development. In advanced economies, personal lines insurance, for example, has acquired a cultural status and is given priority as a means to mitigate various risks and reduce incidence of poverty. It is not the same in our climate. The major question to answer, therefore, will be what to do in Nigeria to break barriers and release the potential that ought to come with demographic advantage. The FSS 2020 strategy was reviewed in May 2013 in the light of implementation experience and the need to focus efforts on fewer, more impactful transformation programs and installing a measurable implementation framework. The strategy. Were reduced to 3 main themes, just a dozen achievables. Well, in view of our experience, it was reduced to 3. And those 3 were mass insurance encouragement, improving insurance market conduct framework, coordination for insurance regulatory enforcement. The execution elements of the project were decided and validated after a 2-day workshop that enlisted the participation of 30 industry stakeholders. Relevant elements of our market development and regulatory strategies have been adjusted to reflect the outcome of the review and decisions reached at that forum. It is important to say that the implementation of these changes have not been without challenges, principal among which are the resistance to change, resource constraints, internationally uncompetitive tax regime for the insurance industry, and change overload. Because we've been moving at arithmetical progression, the need for us to jumpstart the insurance industry resulted in our addition of several guidelines, and it became change overload. It was becoming very tedious for the industry. It is my sincere expectation that this interaction in this summit will result in workable programs that will not just address these challenges, but also identify initiatives that will radically transform the industry to enhance its contribution to the nation's economy. Our regulatory agenda. A critical landmark in the regulatory history of the insurance industry took place in the year 2007, when the Commission increased the minimum capital base to 2 billion, 3 billion, and 10 billion for life, general business, and reinsurance businesses, respectively. This led to reduction in the number of insurance companies from the then 103 companies to 61, and reduced the unethical competition that threatened the industry at that time. The industry was, however, affected very negatively by the 2008 financial crisis, as many insurance companies lost investment in the capital market, and access to capital was significantly impaired by the ensuing economic crisis that follows. It also affected the demand for insurance, especially personal lines that were growing as a result of the growth in the financial services industry. In addition to the capital requirements, the Commission has since then introduced a wide range of regulatory guidelines, which in addition to other market development initiatives were targeted at strengthening insurance institutions, building confidence in the insurance market, and significantly improving the attractiveness of the insurance industry to both local and foreign investors. The growing interest of international investors in our industry, as evidenced by the entry of major international players such as Metropolitan Life, Sanlam, INSEA, Old Mutual, and quite recently AXA, is a testimony of the measured success of the past efforts.